Alright, so first and foremost, I want to give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Rakakodash. We said that when I say apostles and elders of great mission rule well. And salutations to all the Akim to the pushing wood and truth and sincerity day in and day out. Constantly in season on season. We say Shalom. Alright, so just to go into a video here on a license to preach, or a license to be a pastor, to be a teacher in the truth and so forth. What sparked this was I was reading an article where this celebrity, he went and get a license to be a pastor, right? And to me, it's just to show that, hey, in this thing, to be a pastor for the Lord, it's the Lord that to choose it, the Lord that to send you forth, not these men that just feel going to Esau theology classes and feel that they can be a pastor, and when they do, they speak nothing according to what the word state, right? So just a little information here. It says a license to preach in Methodist churches is the official authorization of a person to preach the gospel and to do other tasks of ministry so authorized, right? It says, whilst going on, it says, do you need a license to preach? It says some churches require their ministers to be ordained, others do not require this. Ministers can also be licensed or unlicensed. Consult with your church pastor or bishop about your desire to become a minister. It says take a Bible course that is approved by a pastor or denomination, or enroll in seminary school. So all these things are going on, your school, theology, all these things that have nothing to do with this truth. At the end of the day, the Lord had to choose you for this. You understand? The Lord had to wake you up to the Spirit. That is why most of the things that these churches teach is blasphemous. It has nothing to do according to the word. It's the things that they are taught, that they are teaching other people, right? Now, one of the things that they mention here, it say, so while some churches require their ministers to be ordained, meaning that they have to be ordained from whoever it is to go in and do the classroom. But at the end of the day, we know you have to be ordained from the Lord. And to prove that, I will go to our scripture here. This is Jeremiah, right? This is Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5. It says, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. So before the Lord formed us in the womb, before any formed us in the belly, the Lord already know who he was going to choose to be teachers, who he was going to ordain to be prophets, It say, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet. So we don't have to have no Edomite papers or documents to prove that we could be teachers of the Lord. If the Lord ordained us to be teachers, we would be. If the Lord ordained us to be prophets, we would be that, right? So it say, I sanctified thee and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. He ordained us to be that. We don't have to go and get no paper, no degree, we're not going to go seminary schools, all these things to get a paper stating that they could teach the word, right? And even when you get a paper, is that you have to teach what they are saying you need to teach. And still, the things that they tell you to teach, they don't even teach you the truth. Because at the end of the day, in this word, it's supposed to be speaking the truth and nothing else. Others they say they call nothing else than the truth, But these pastors, when they go to the seminary schools, they come like they get brainwashed. They come like they get taught that taught bullshit, right? So it say, let's read it over one more time. It say, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. Right? I'm gonna jump to the next scripture here. This is John chapter 15, verse 16. It say ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you. Hey, the way how shall I say it, stating it, say, ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you. So yeah, so it's not that we choosing the Lord choosing us. and ordaining us to go and bring forth fruit. We do have to go and get, what you call this, so what it say here, some churches require their ministers to be ordained. We don't have to be ordained from them, we have to be ordained from the Lord, right? We don't need a license to do this, you know. When the Lord ordained us to do this, put that in our spirit, we go outside here and we do what? We go outside there, we teach and so forth, and wake up the elect. That's what we outside there to do. Because when you're ordained from these ministers and these churches, what you're doing, you're just teaching people bullshit. You're teaching them the truth. You're teaching them nothing according to the scriptures and so forth. That is just to show you they are not chosen from the Lord, right? They are not chosen from the Lord, right? Let's see. Let me see if I get a scripture here. It's one scripture that I want to use. Just hold on. This is same John, right? Same John chapter 3 verse 27. It say here, it said, John answered and said, a man can receive nothing except it be given from him from heaven, right? So yeah, right? So nothing can be given unless it be given from heaven. So these people talking about having this spiritual, these pastors and these teachers that want to get a license to teach, they tell you that they are inspired by God and all these things, but it's not, that ain't true. At the end of the day, the Lord say he will set up teachers that will feed you. And hey, matter of fact, let me go to that. I'm gonna go to that. That is Jeremiah 3. Jeremiah 3 verse 15, right? This is Jeremiah chapter 3 verse 15. It says, and I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. So yeah, at the end of the day, the Lord will set up his pastors that will feed you, that will give you knowledge according to the truth. And there's men that be outside there on the highways and byways, you understand, teaching. The apostles and elders of Great Millstone don't go straight down, right? Also they teaching constantly in season and season, speaking the whole truth, you know, going into the whole scriptures, breaking on the scriptures. That is the men that go do the things that are written here. It say what? Jeremiah 3 verse 15. It say, and I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. It say to mine heart, these pastors are the one they give you license to teach. That have nothing to do with the Lord. That wasn't required. No, don't get me wrong. The scriptures mention in Hebrews chapter 5 that in order to be a teacher, one need to teach you again. We're not saying no to that. But the person that will teach you is the person that is set up from the Lord, right? It's the person that the Lord choose, right? And they wouldn't be in no suit and tie, temple made with hands and all these things. They wouldn't be there. You understand? They will be outside there preaching on the highways and byways where the Lord said to go to wake up his sheep. You understand? And teaching in the scriptures, not teaching what to wake up in the morning to do. It say, and I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. Now, to get that knowledge and understanding is with this word, with what is written here. Now, in order to know it, what is it being taught, or what is your pastor teaching, it had to be of this word. So one time, if you're learning from someone that's not going into the scriptures, then he's not chosen from the Lord. You understand? That is why all the things we say, or anything we say, we have to back it up with the word. We have to go to the word and show it. You understand? But these pastors that are set up, that want us give license, they don't do that. They don't. So it's just to prove that license stuff is bullshit. You understand? Go to our next scripture here. This is Jeremiah chapter 23 verse 4. It say, and I will and I will set up shepherds over them, which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, said the Lord. So yeah, like for instance, we are plenty people on the streets, come to us and say, hey, they leave the church because that they're not being fed, they're not hearing the truth. They see certain things off and they leave, right? But what the Lord saying here, saying I will set up shepherds over them, which shall feed them. Men that don't, these men wouldn't need a license from no government. They wouldn't need no license from no political party or no church and so forth. They wouldn't need that. The men that are going to do this is who the Lord choose. It's who the Lord wake up to this truth, right? We don't need no license. He said, I will set up shepherds over them, which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, said the Lord. Yeah. So, just go into it. You don't need no license to teach His word. The Spirit of the Lord had to be with you, right? The Lord had to choose you. At the end of the day, hey, we know it must have false teachers and must have false prophets and so forth. And this is facts. What the scriptures are brought out here, and the stuff that they want you to do to be a pastor, it just shows that it don't go in agreement, right? So you see, with these pastors and them going off, what license they're talking about? You don't need no license for that, right? Because you see, what is the purpose of being ordained? It's your ordination permits the minister to perform church rites and sacraments, such as baptism, legal marriages, and funerals. And that at the end of the day, that having the marriages they want to do without ring and so forth, that's not written here. That's not written. So what manners are they speaking? What manners are they bringing out? You understand? So yeah, so the Lord will set up His teachers that will feed you, and feed you the truth, the knowledge, the understanding. And they wouldn't need a license from this government to do that, right? So with that, I hope it was edifying for whoever watch. But that we give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rekakwadash. We see the blood, see the apostles and elders of great mission well. And salutations to all the Akemos today, pushing the word and truth, and necessarily the in and the out. Constantly in season and season, we say Shalom.